Okay, guys, welcome back to another episode of Wigan Weekly. It's that time of the week again. It's time for another rundown and catch up on all things Wigan Latics. And yeah, I'm joined as usual by Curtis.
Yep, you certainly are, and can't wait to get going with this week's episode, Charlie. I'm buzzing for it. It's going to be another good one. Got a lot to get through today, so let's get cracking.
Yeah, we certainly have, guys. So we're going to get straight into it, guys. We're kicking off with the big game on Saturday. It is Barnsley versus the Wigan Athletic. I think first things first. Oakwell is a tough ground to go to. Barnsley in good form. What do you make of the situation, Kurt?
Yeah, I think it's one of them, like you say, Barnsley are in good form, and obviously we don't have a lot of luck when it comes to Barnsley, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. I think, we've got... I think last season, spoke for itself, got beat 2-0. I remember we had that Charlie Hughes red card, and obviously he appealed for it and he lost it. That was quite annoying. And then in the fixture at Oakwell, we did see that late screamer by Johnny Smith, didn't we? And that was
that was certainly a good one. And then obviously we've had them in August for that Carabao Cup in which we drew and lost on penalties.
Yeah, to be fair, I actually forgot about that, I'm not going to lie. And that was quite a boring game. Well, it wasn't a very inspiring game, to be honest. But, yeah.
Yeah, but I think you can say that about a lot of our performances recently.
You really could. Especially, looking back at the Bruce Street Motors game. In terms of the league, Barnsley found themselves fifth, which is a bit scary. They're currently... they're ahead of Lincoln. They're ahead of Mansfield even by 2 points. So, they're in the playoff zone. Do you think they'll stay in that, Kate, or do you think will change as the season progresses?
Well, you got to think about it. They got there last year, didn't they? So, I think they've got every sort of chance. And I think, obviously, they are looking quite good. So, I do believe that they might well get playoffs again this year.
Yeah, as for ourselves, we're 19th. I'm not going to lie, form has really taken a bit of a nosedive recently. But we had there was a bit of a jilt in form. We sort of felt over console. Now it's not looking great. We're only... This is crazy, but we are 3 points from the relegation zone. Now that is a bit scary, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, we're certainly not safe, and there's a lot of work to be done if we want to keep up. No, obviously, like you said about the whole weekend fixture, is you've got to bear in mind we've got quite an even record with Barnsley, so this could go any way. You've just got to hope that Sean Maloney has done some proper training during this international break.
Well, yeah, we really do. I think the international break, guys, it's been a good time for Maloney to sit down with the players who haven't been away. I think, as far as I'm aware, I think it was only Asgard that was away with Norway, so realistically, guys, it's been a good chance for Maloney to get the best out of his players in training, so hopefully, guys, we see a bit of an improvement on Saturday.
Well, we've just got to keep our fingers crossed for that one.
We really do. Barnsley, but like we keep saying, guys, Barnsley are no team to mess with, guys, because they are experienced. They've been in this league for many years now. They've been a bit of a Euro club in recent years, and I think, the players to watch out for, players like Donovan Pines, Josh Earl, Malta Gavigny, midfield, we've got Luke O'Connell, captain. He is one of the top players in League One. And then, of course, the controversial one, is Stephen Humphrys, who, as we all know, was with us last season. And obviously, prior to that, he was quite a big loss, Kurt, and I feel like it's safe to say that we felt the impact of losing Humphrys now, do you think?
Yeah, we definitely have. Obviously, he was our top goal scorer last year. 8 goals, I think it was last season. Yeah. So definitely someone who's greatly missed, especially when obviously he came on during the Bolton game and made quite the impact with that one and only goal at home.
Yeah, and the thing is though, guys, it's been a good move from guys. I think we've been reading many articles. Wigan today, obviously, he revealed the main reason why he left Wigan, why he couldn't reach a new agreement on the contract, and it was the sole fact that Wigan did not offer him enough money. I think the main thing was that I think Maloney was signing with him, but the club themselves, they just wouldn't budge, and yeah, we were forced to let him go on free, which is annoying because you look at him this season, he's absolutely flying for Barnsley. He's arguably been their best signing and probably their best player so far this season, to be honest.
Yeah, I totally agree with you there, and I think that's it as well. It's a bit annoying that obviously we had to let him go. I think if the club had kept him on, they probably could have, sold him if push came to shove.
He's certainly a player with a lot of profit. I mean, we would have made a lot of money on him. And I mean, to think that I don't actually know how much we signed him for initially. I know he's from Oldham.
Yeah.
Guys, it's disappointing with Humphrys.
But going back to that, I think as well, obviously, when I was talking... Yeah, so going back to that, I wanted to ask you a question. Did you think, in the months leading up to the end of Humphrys' contract, did you think he was going to leave?
Not really. I mean, to be honest, last season I wasn't actually aware that he was leaving, to be honest. I thought he had a bit more time left, so it came as a bit of a shock. But like I keep saying, it was more the fact that we couldn't reach an agreement. I feel like the club know him. I mean, the club know more than anyone of his importance. I think Maloney could have done a bit more, probably to try and side with him. And
yeah, but I do think that Maloney probably did quite a bit and told sort of the leadership of the club that it would probably be very important to keep him on. Now, obviously, I asked you the question about whether you think he was going to leave or not. Now, in the last couple of months of his contract, I had a feeling he might have left because going back to the Man United game, where obviously he left because there was a substitution on I think it was about 50 odd minutes in. He just didn't look bothered about it. He was like, he had his coat and he was ready for going home. I don't really think he was that bothered in the last final months. He probably thought, right, I've heard nothing back. I have a good feeling that I'm going, so it is what it is.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's one of them guys, especially, I mean, when you do your best for your team and then they just don't show that respect, I mean, don't try and get everything done. It's certainly difficult, and then...
Yeah, I feel bad for him in this instance.
I do, and I think it's fair to say that we've not ignored him, but we've waited until it's too late, and then his mind was made up, and it was a case of just, screw Wigan, I'm going elsewhere.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm surprised it sort of took him so long for him to evaluate his options, because it was quite surprising that he'd rejected offers from other clubs, because he was hoping to sort of maybe hear something back. It is a bit of a letdown.
I do completely agree with that. I think going forward, I mean, players like Humphrys, the money we could have made off him, and I think if he'd left for cash, it would have been a bit better, and we wouldn't have felt as hard done by, because you think we've lost a lot on Humphrys.
Yeah, and obviously you got to bear in mind, obviously in that window we sold a couple of players, so I have a feeling we probably could have given him a bit more money if we'd have made that risk before selling them on.
Yeah, we certainly could have done. I know Barnsley and a lot of League One fans, they're all comparing him. I mean, they're all saying that he is the best player in League One. How far do you agree with that, Curtis?
I would say he's definitely up there. Like I said, the impact he made for us last season was quite good, and obviously his season at Barnsley so far has not gone too bad for him either. He's scored a few there, and I mean, obviously, like we say, it's still early days with this season. So, some would argue he might still have a bit more to sort of prove, but I think he's definitely up there.
I do agree with that. I think going forward, I think he's actually done well for himself. I think when he initially came from Oldham, I don't think he wasn't the best player. He'd been good for the League 2 level. He came to Wigan with a big step up to League 1. Had a good first season. He went to Hearts. Still, to this day, I don't understand why he went to Hearts. I'm not sure the reason. I think it was because of our team's form. He wanted a few months out. He wanted to get somewhere different. But he came back and he was good last season. It was very important for us. But yeah, at the end of the day, guys, it is what it is, guys. It's another player we've lost on a free. It's happened a lot in the past. So yeah.
Yeah, so he's done 4 goals this season, I think it is, for Barnsley, which isn't bad.
Not bad, that, especially when you think he only signed, just before deadline day, so, yeah, not bad. Speaking of actually players, guys, I mean, I think the video idea that I've actually just been thinking of, guys, I mean, would you want to see a League One sort of like ranking every position and the best player in each position?
What's like it?
I want to see that, guys.
Are you thinking like a bit of a dream team?
Not a dream team as such. I'm thinking more just like choosing the best player in each position of a League One. So goalkeeper, right?
Yeah, but I mean, it sort of is like that if you've got like the best of each sort of position.
Yeah, I suppose you are right. Let's be honest.
Yeah, but sort of sticking on that sort of subject, I've just got an idea for you, because obviously you were talking about good players in the league, but I tell you what, you want to talk about some of the other players like Louis Barry, Kwame Poku and Richard Cohn, because they're on fire this season as well. Top goal scorers.
I've liked Louis Barry. I think Louis Barry's done well for himself. I mean, he went from I mean, he was in Barnsley's academy, which I think to this day is still crazy to believe. And then, obviously, he scored his first goal for Villa against Liverpool in the FA Cup, and that was against their first team out. That wasn't an academy game or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's had a lot of time out of the club. I think he's now at Stockport, and Stockport have been good to him. He's getting good game time. He's playing his best football. So yeah, I think for Barry, big player. Same as Poku. Poku is heavily linked to Ipswich, which wouldn't surprise me. Ipswich is sort of, I mean, I feel like Ipswich been nabbing up a lot of players, aren't they, from like the EFL, like Sammy Smodics. We saw him go to Ipswich, didn't we?
Yeah, and I mean, obviously, not Blackpool, Blackburn cashed in a lot on that, didn't they?
This is, yeah, certainly. I mean, more than we got for the likes of Charlie Hughes, but
Yeah, I think we should have kept on to Hughes for longer, but I can understand that obviously the club needs money, but obviously you've got to bear in mind there's got to be a balance between the money and our sort of league position, because it's certainly not going to help if we go down to League Two.
I do think, but my argument for that would be that Charlie Hughes for me was far too good for our team. He was superior to a lot of our players.
Yeah, but then you probably sit there and argue the same thing about Sam Tickle. You'd have probably sat there and said, "Oh, why didn't you go to Arsenal on deadline day?"
I don't know about that, because I don't know. I feel like there's a big difference between goalkeeper and outfield players. Sam Tickle, yes, he does do a lot for our team, but at the end of the day, he's not making runs upfield. He's not contributing with goals. You know what I mean?
Well, no, obviously there's a difference in where they are, but obviously you're saying about good players for our squad, and he's certainly up there.
Well, yeah, but I think a big difference to me is that Sam Tickle, if he went to Arsenal, he would not be playing. But Charlie Hughes is starting to play. He's gradually starting to play now for Hull City. His injuries and his illness has been...
Yeah, he has had quite a few setbacks since going there, which is quite a bit of a shame.
Yeah, whereas Tickle, for me, would be yeah, but this is different. Arsenal and Hull City, they're nowhere near each other. Arsenal in the Premier League, they're chasing titles. Hull City are mid-table in the Championship. You've got to take that into account.
Yeah, you've definitely got to take stuff into account. But obviously, some would argue that obviously Arsenal have probably still got quite a couple of games they need to win if they especially want to, thin the gap between them and Liverpool.
I mean, the gap between Liverpool, City, and Arsenal.
There's about 8 points in it, so they definitely have to get their heads down.
Yeah, I think we have to move on, guys, because we could spend all day.
Yeah, I'm sorry I sort of sidetracked you again talking about the top goal scorers in the league, but while you were talking about good players, I thought it would have been a good opportunity for it.
No, mate, I'm always happy to express my opinions on transfers and players. I'm more than happy to do that. But then the next thing I do want to talk about is the big news. It's Bolton Wigan. Tickets came out yesterday and today, and we have secured our places, Kurt. We're buzzing, aren't we?
Yeah, we are absolutely buzzing. First away day vlog for the YouTube channel. You definitely don't want to be missing that.
First away day actually for ourselves, which is crazy to think. We've been full fans for a long time now, and we've not actually been to an away game. So,
do you count the away day at Chorley in the pre-season as one?
I say that, but then I think...
But it's not a league game, so I suppose...
We literally mixed the home fans, and wasn't quite the same sort of level as bitterness and rivalry.
Well, no, but that's what I'm saying. It's not a league game, so if you want to technically class it as an away league game, then yeah, most definitely.
Almost subject to the tickets. For me, there's a lot of problems with the guys. I'm all for it being easy to get tickets, guys. But there was a lot of problems, guys, with the website. And getting coach travel, and the website crashed a lot, and there was so many errors. It needs fixing, guys, because we all know, guys. Wigan Bolton is a huge event, guys. And everyone wants to go to it, guys. All the fans want to go to it, and yet, the club make it difficult for you to get tickets, and they also make it difficult to get travel to and back from the game. It's not on, really, is it, Kurt?
No, and obviously, when they brought in that new ticketing system last year, some of it worked quite well, but then this morning when it was coming to get the tickets, I don't know what it was, but it was playing up for a few minutes. So at first I was like, am I going to get these tickets? But then I thought, we've got a 3,762 seat allocation. I don't think they'd have all gone. And they hadn't, so It was happy days. I got assigned some seats, bought them, happy days. But the main problem was obviously buying the coach tickets because that website was so slow. It took me about 3 attempts of putting tickets in the basket and filling in the details.
Yeah, it's certainly nowhere near the level of the Wigan main website, but it is what it is, guys. Let us know down below, guys, if you're going to Wigan Bolton game, guys. Let us know.
Yeah, it'd be good to hear. But yeah, bring on that away day. It's about 3 weeks away, but I can't wait.
Yeah, 14th December, isn't it?
Yep, 14th.
Yeah, Saturday, guys, 12:30. Festive feel, guys. It's crazy to be in December, guys. Hopefully, guys, we do see some snow over the next couple of months because, like, football in the snow, guys, you can't beat it, guys. It's great to watch. But yeah. So up next, guys, we've on our social media, guys, we obviously asked for some questions. So go on, Kurt, and do you want to get the questions up, and we'll
yeah, I'll get them questions up now. We can get started. Right, first up, the elephant in the room, the question that gets chucked around plenty of times, which is Maloney in or out?
I mean, we've answered this, so many times, and it's just like the same answer, guys. I don't know. I mean, do I like Sean Maloney? Yeah, I do. But do I think he's tactically a good manager? Not at all. I think if you watch guys like 10 minutes of our football, you'll soon see that we are very easy to play against. There's no real offense. We don't offer much going forward. All defensively, really, at the moment. I mean, last season was really good, but this season, guys, it feels like Maloney's just getting. I mean, his way of playing is recognised, and managers just easily fucking down in it. So yeah, it's a difficult one.
Right, thanks for that. The second question from the Insta story was, what inspired you to start making football content for YouTube?
That's a good question. I took a lot of pushing. I was quite. I would say I was a bit nervous. To be fair, nervous talking to a camera, vlogging. But at the end of the day, guys, I think it's something I've enjoyed doing. I mean, we've been doing the Instagram page well over a year now. It's done quite well. I mean, I'm hopeful that one day we'll get to 1,000 followers and likes, sort of degree with their look. But yeah, I think after a lot of convincing from Curtis and other friends and peers. Yeah, I think it was just a case of we'll do a trial and we'll see what happens. And the first video did well. I mean, we surpassed 400 views. We got good feedback. We thought the video was good. You were all entitled to an opinion what you think of the video. But yeah, I was happy, and I think from then on it's been quite fun process, hasn't it, Kurt?
Yeah, I'd say it definitely has. It's always fun to obviously edit the footage and try out new things. So obviously in the process of editing this, I'm learning how to use a new video editing software. So it's great for practicing things, and obviously there are teething problems in a couple of the videos, but obviously that'll get better over time.
Yeah, and of course, I mean for me and Kurt, guys, it's about getting our faces known. I mean, we want to get out there. I mean, we want to be involved in football.
Because you obviously want experience for your future career path, so it's a great thing for you to do.
Yeah, it certainly is, and that is that is the main reason really. I think we just have YouTube, but we also want to share our football knowledge and our football experiences with you guys who might not be as lucky to be able to attend football games as we are. Yeah,
most definitely. Right, I've got a lot of other questions for you, so we'll try and smash through as many of these as we can in however long it takes. So, how do you prepare for filming matchday vlogs? Do you have any sort of rituals or must-dos for each vlog?
I wouldn't really say so. I mean, I wouldn't say I've practiced what to say. I think like it's just like 1, maybe 2 takes, and it just comes to me, guys. I mean, it's hard to explain. But I would say that it quite.
So you're quite good at improvising, basically.
Yeah, I'd say that. I think obviously the first time we filmed was a bit nervous on camera, which you could probably tell, but
like you say, that's to be expected, though.
I know, but I'm getting more comfortable. I mean, you might not know this, I've got a bit of a small stutter. I don't stutter awfully, but I do a little bit, and it's not ideal. But I'm sure the majority of you are getting used to it now, and as you can see, I'm starting to stutter now a little bit. But yeah, I hope you all could manage with that.
Yeah, right. Next question is, what's been your favourite video so far that we've created? Now, obviously, there's not a lot of choice. There's about 7 different videos. But
I mean, you say that, but I've enjoyed the mix we've got. We've got vlogging, we've got ranking, we've got podcasts. I think these podcasts have been fun to make. I think, going into the future, I really hope that we can make these big and we can get them to a massive audience, and...
Well, that's what I'm saying. Obviously, we're going to put this episode on more than just YouTube now, so we'll definitely try and get ourselves out there a bit more.
Actually, that's a great thing. I forgot to mention that, guys. We are now going to put this podcast on Spotify and all the streaming platforms, so I hope you all can have access and can watch that and give it a listen, because we really appreciate it. But
yeah, so if you had to pick one video from what we've done then, what would be your favourite one?
I think it has to be the Mansfield vlog, as that was at the start. And, if in a few years we get to a good point on our channel, that'll be the video I'd always look back on. Because at the start of what... for all we know, it could be the start of something special. I hope it is,
Well, like you said, it exceeded expectations, and obviously it did quite well. So, obviously it was a good starting point, and it obviously kept you motivated to keep going so far, because obviously you've done 3 matchday vlogs, or is it 4? No, it's 3. Yeah, 4th one's coming next week, guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, right. If you could change one thing about our current content, what would it be?
Good question. I think probably the length. Well, not length necessarily, but I think when it comes to Bristol Motors games, and the Forest 121's game was a bit rushed. There wasn't much to film. I think that's the majority.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot to film, and then obviously I did send you quite a couple of the clips, and you thought it's probably best we don't include them, because you obviously said that the game's not as major, so we'll try and keep it a bit simpler.
Yeah, and I'm sure some of you may know that me and Curtis are, of course, we're part of the Wigan Athletic junior media squad. So on match days in our spare time, it can clash sometimes. So we try to avoid any clashes and try to bring in content as possible. But obviously,
because we're obviously filming for our channel, we need to try and get stuff for ourselves as well. So it's important to have a balance between the two.
It certainly is, especially getting to the ground early, getting content and getting interviews and all that.
Yeah,
sort of fun.
Like the vlogs of you in the Wigan Town Centre on the Wigan vlog, they were good. Everyone was loving the food review.
Yeah, I enjoyed doing that, guys. I've had a lot of good feedback from that, and a lot of people telling me that I've just come up on their view page.
Yeah, that did the rounds on TikTok, as well as the FA Cup predictions, which that video for round 2 went up yesterday. So we'll get them on TikTok as well.
Yeah, we will, guys, and we'll give it a few days to get the algorithms done and get them to get a bit of feedback.
Yeah, but definitely on the right sort of track. The length of the videos aren't too bad.
No, it's certainly getting there.
Right. What are your long-term goals for the channel? Where do you see it being in a year's time, maybe?
A year's time, I think we want to have we want to be over 1K followers. I think 1K subscribers, which might feel a big ask, but I feel like it's more possible, and I hope we do.
Yeah, I feel like if we utilise our presence on other social media platforms like TikTok, it'd probably help draw the audience over.
Yeah, I'm sure it would. Yeah, going forward, guys, I'm just excited, guys, because I think, we can't write our futures, guys. We have no idea what will happen on this channel, but we hope...
Well, no, but if you put your effort into it, you get out of it what you put into it, if you know what I mean.
You look at, people like Fogden, you look how successful he's done. He's over 1 million subscribers. He's done it. I say that he's done that over a long time. I think it's taken him about 6-7 years to get to this sort of point, maybe longer actually. But
that's it. All good things sort of take time.
You want to be in long term, but in terms of a year, I think 1K subscribers, and we'd be very happy. When we could.
Most definitely, every bit of support is appreciated.
Yeah. Definitely.
Right. So I've asked you questions about the channel, but I now want to obviously let the audience get to know you a bit better, because I feel like we sort of lacked this a bit, especially in the first video, because you explained who you were, but you didn't really explain too much about yourself and football, if you know what I mean. So I've got 4 questions about 4 questions about your connection to football. So first one being, when did you first fall in love with Wigan Athletic, and is there any sort of standout memories?
It's a good question. I think as a kid, watching football, I think from the age of 6 and maybe to 10, 11, I was a big Liverpool fan. which I'm sure a lot of you know that, to be honest. I mean, you had a comment about it the other day, people who know us from school, and obviously, I mean, I'm not going to deny that. I was a big Liverpool fan, and I sort of do still follow Liverpool, but Wigan's like, I mean, Wigan's become a huge team for me, guys. I devote myself to Wigan more than Liverpool now. I mean, I follow League One and Wigan more than I do the Premier League now, so, I'm at that stage now, but I think in terms of Wigan, though, guys, I think, I think getting to like an age where you sort of understand football more, like the age of 9, 10, 11, finding out that Wigan won the FA Cup in 2013, it was just like, it was pretty unbelievable. And I almost felt like, how'd that happen? But then I think, looking at the heritage and I think Wigan's history, they're a great club, guys. I mean, they're local to me, Curtis. We started going, we started supporting them, we've been making content, we've been doing the Instagram. It's a club we devote our lives to now, more or less, isn't it, Kurt?
Most definitely, and like you're saying, obviously it's local, so you can pretty much get to every game, which sort of leads on to my next question. So I was going to say, how's being a Latics season ticket holder influenced your view of football?
I mean, what do you mean by that? Like, do you mean has it made me like football more than I do? What do you mean?
Yeah, sort of like that. Has it made you like it more, and has it sort of changed your view on the club, sort of thing?
Yeah,
So obviously you're seeing each game at home, you know what I mean? Because obviously we used to go every sort of blue moon, but now obviously we go to like every home game.
To be fair, guys, I think having a season in League One, guys, I mean, you see some great talent. Players not players, teams like Bolton, Wickham, Mansfield, Wrexham. You see players from these teams who are very, very underrated and probably deserve more recognition than they get. And I mean, that part of it's very exciting to watch. I think that I think Wigan themselves. I think having a season ticket, it's great because when you look at Wigan, it's very easy to meet players. They're a very interactive football club. We've met countless players now, and then I compare that to like Premier League footballers. I've met none. Actually, I tell I've met one. Actually, I've met James Sarkowski at the Everton game, but apart from him, guys, I've met no one, guys. It's so hard to meet Premier League football, guys.
Yeah, that's the thing as well, especially with it being League One. I think it's much easier to meet the players and have a closer connection to the club, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I do. I think it's a very child and I think community oriented club. A lot happens to the kids, and I think it's a very good team in terms of engagement with fans. So yeah, it's really great football club.
Yeah, and one more question about your personal connection to football. If you could travel back to witness any historic Wigan game, which one would it be?
I think obviously it's the FA Cup game 2013, but I think I think it would have been ideal to watch Wigan in the Premier League because I think people forget that we were in there. I mean, we were a stable club for like what, just shy of like what 7, 8 seasons.
Yeah, we did 8 seasons in the Premier.
8 seasons. We were a very stable club in the Prem. We had some good players. We had players who had some great moments, scored some great goals, some good records, some good statistics. So yeah, I think it would have to be any. I think I'd say any Premier League game from our Prem days, or easily the difficult final against City. Definitely that.
Right. Okay. So I've got some fun and personal questions for you, as well as some more about our channel, and then we're going to end off with a quick fire. So, questions regarding the creative process of our channel. What do you think is the most challenging part of making our content?
I think it's making sure that we don't infringe any copyright or anything like that. In terms of music, and I think filming out and about, especially at the ground, because there are certain parts of the ground which we probably shouldn't be filming. We can't film anything live, we can't do anything like that. But I'd say apart from that, there's not really much that sets us back, really.
Yeah. Okay. So, what advice would you give to someone thinking of starting a channel like ours, doing football content?
I mean, I think it's when I get started. I've been told it a lot over the last few years. I think when it comes to making career and stuff, I think get yourself out there. I mean, if you want to be a successful YouTuber, it's about. I think you have to you've got to put yourself in your fan shoes. I mean, what do you want to see from a football vlog? And then it's about getting yourself out there. I mean, get on social media, advertising yourself and telling people about what your channel is, how good it is, and you've got to make your channel sound like it's the best in the world. Like, no one comes close to you, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Cheers for your words on that. Okay, so here's one for you. I know we haven't had much of it, but how do you deal with criticism or negative feedback on our videos?
I wouldn't say it bothers me too much. I always say that everyone's entitled to an opinion. I mean, obviously, you don't start being a bully and start swearing, using language. We don't stand for that. I mean, we aren't going to respond to you. We'll just delete it. I mean, then we'll move on. It doesn't really bother us, guys. At the end of the day, guys.
Better to not give them the time of day.
It is, guys. I mean, if you want to hate, then it's the wrong channel, guys, because we're not going to stand for it. We'll just simply delete it, and we don't want anything of that nature. Okay,
so moving on to the fun and personal questions. If you weren't a Wigan fan, which club would you support and why?
Well, Liverpool. I support Liverpool.
Yeah, but apart from Liverpool as well, because obviously I think it was. I sort of didn't mention that. I should have said in that question as well, not counting Liverpool as well.
Yeah. I actually think controversially, I probably would say Everton. To be honest, I think my family are very split between Liverpool and Everton, so it probably would have been Everton, which isn't a great thing, but it's not at all an awful thing. There's worse clubs you could support, I suppose. But probably Everton.
Yeah, okay. Next one. What's the weirdest or funniest thing that's ever happened while we were vlogging?
Actually, that's a good question. I think when it comes to vlogging, I mean, we've had some very dodgy looks. I thought in this day and age, people weren't as bothered about us vlogging, but like when we do interviews, guys, and we vlog on camera, I think people do get a bit like, what are they doing over there? And people give us some funny looks and like, what are you doing? But
yeah, you just brush it off.
Just gotta ignore it.
Yeah. Okay, so who's your favourite Wigan player of all time?
That's a good question. You've really put it on the spot there. I think there's a lot of players I could go for. I think for me, I sort of first started watching Wigan a lot in the 2018-19 campaign. I remember Reece James, but I mean he can't be all time. He was in there for a season. I think if I was to say all time, I probably would say Will Grigg, because I think you look at the general goals statistics, and I think it's just general importance in the squad. He had some great moments. The goal in City, the goals in terms of our League One campaigns, our success, and all that stuff. So yeah, I think Will Grigg goes without saying. Okay, so what about with the current squad then? I think currently I'd probably say Sam Tickles, but if you're an outfield player, probably Tell Asgard. I think Asgard is a very loyal player. He's been bagging a lot of. He is the main. I think a contributor to our team. He gets some assists usually. Maybe not as much goals, but he still gets the occasional goal. I think Tello for me is very clearly our best player, especially when it is his form at the moment. Yeah. Okay. One last fun and personal one. If we could collaborate with any football YouTuber, who would you want it to be? I think it's between two for me. I think to be honest, there's three vloggers I've always looked up to. I think when I was younger and now I like Fogden. People criticise him. I think Fogden's a great vlogger. I think what he does is brilliant. He's got good ball knowledge. People criticise him for supporting Bolton and that he's a bit of a fake fan, but at the end of the day, guys, the man's got a great channel. I really like Fogden. I'm a big fan of Fogden. I think what he does is it's very different. I think he was the first like massive blogger. He was the first blogger that's gone somewhere. Like he sort of exceeded expectations, and he's taken his channel to big places. I think the second one was probably Callum Fowler. I'm a big fan of Callum Fowler. Obviously, he's not quite as famous as like Fogden, but Callum Fowler, Barnsley fan. He's got a good channel, guys. He does a lot of similar stuff to us. He doesn't vlog, but he does a lot of ranking videos. He sits down on the camera and he just talks about Bolton. Barnsley. He talks a lot about Barnsley. He'll sit down to what the club's problems. So I respect that, guys. And again, good ball knowledge. And then I think third and finally, the one I probably will put in that category would probably be Spencer FC. I'm a big fan of Spencer FC. I think his West Ham vlogs back in the day were just brilliant to watch, especially in the 15-16 campaign. I think I think growing up, I watched him most. Actually, he was probably the first YouTube vlogger that I sort of like started watching in terms of football vlogs, and I always felt quite inspired and um, quite happy watching him. I always liked, and I think I always wanted to do something similar. And we are doing that now. You know, we're living that dream now, so it's great. But out of that three, I probably would say Fogden, because I think I just like Theo. I think he's a nice fella, and you know, we both support. I mean, he supports Bolton, we support Wigan. We had a bit of some friendly banter. So yeah, Fogden.
Right, thank you for that. Okay, so to end this off, guys, I've got some quick fire questions for Charlie. So there's only 5 of them, so this will be very quick, and then we're ready to finish this. Okay, so home or away days, Charlie?
Home. Home games.
Okay. Pre-match pies or post-match takeaway?
Post-match takeaway. I'm not really a big fan of pies. I mean, if it's an Indian or a Chinese, I'm there, guys.
Fair enough. Favourite Wigan chant?
Ooh. But that's just there is some good chants actually. I quite like the I think Sean Maloney is a good chant, very original and very very creative chant. I think it's just it's one of them guys. I mean it's fun to sing. So yeah, Sean Maloney chant.
Okay. FA Cup win or Premier League survival?
I mean, we won the FA Cup. I think to survive it might. I think especially. People ask me, can I see us in the Prem in the next 10 years? I'd say yeah. Will we survive? Probably not. So yeah, I think survival. It would be great to see us survive on the final day or something. That would be very intense. Yeah, I'd say Premier League survival.
Okay, and last one: score predictions, optimistic or realistic?
Realistic. I think being optimistic is not very wise in League One, because when it comes to League One, it's always like. Guys. You could be first playing against a rock bottom team, and you could get beat 4-0. Anything can happen, guys. It's the most. It's like the EFL, guys. It's so unpredictable. So yeah, I'd say realism over optimism.
Thank you very much for answering those questions, Charlie.
No worry, Kurt, and I hope you've enjoyed that, guys. Yeah, getting to know a bit more about me, guys. Next week, guys, I'll be asking Kurt some questions, because I think it's time we get to know Curtis a bit more than just me. Yeah,
it's sort of been a bit one-sided this week, but obviously we'll take it in turns. You'll get an even feel about both of us.
We will, guys, and if we can get more questions on our socials.
Yeah, we'll put another story up when this goes out, won't we?
Yeah, we want to hear from you guys. We want to hear from you guys.
Yeah, so that's it really. That's all we've got time for this week,
Thanks, guys. Big game on Saturday, guys.
Yeah, Barnsley.
We'll be bringing you Tuesday's game against Southampton. I'm sure there'll be a vlog.
Yeah, so double upload week again next week. 2 videos. Well, 1 video, 1 podcast.
Yeah, I was going to say. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode 3 of Wigan Weekly.
And we'll
subscribe, hit the like button, guys. And share with your friends. And yeah, guys, thanks for joining, guys.
And we'll see you in the next one.
Yeah, we sure will, guys. Thanks and good night.